Network layer CCNA is A1. My name is Mutianto. I'm at Sipona University. I will uh, there's a question from this quiz about about network layer, and I'll try to answer this quiz and have some little explanation. Let's start from quiz number one. Which command can be used on a Windows host to display the routing table? So there's the netstart -r. So if you want to display the routing table, you can on Windows you can use the netstart strip -r. What information is added during encapsulation at OSI layer 3? IP is a layer 3 protocol. Layer 3 device can open the layer 3 header to inspect the layer 3 header, which contains IP related information, including the source and destination IP address. So what is information added during encapsulation always a layer 3 is this source and destination of a IP address. Number 3, how does the network layer use the MTU value? So the MTU value, how does the network layer use? So the data link layer indicates to the network layer the MTU for the medium that is being used. So the MTU is passed to the network layer by the data link layer. Which characteristic describe an IP version 4 enhancement over IP version 4 FE6 IP version 6 enhancement over IP version 4? So the enhancement is that the IP version 6 header is simpler than the IP version 4 header, which improves the packet handling. IP version 6 addresses are based on 128-bit hierarchical addressing, and the IP version 6 header has been simplified with fewer fields, improving packet handling. Which statement accurately describe the characteristic of IP version 4? So the IP version 4 has a 32-bit address space. So IP version 4 has 32-bit address space, providing 4 billion about 4,200,000,000 unique addresses, but only 3.7 billion are assignable, a limit to the address reservation for multicasting and testing. IP version 4 does not provide native support for IPsec. IP version 6 has simplified header with fewer fields than IP version 4 has. When a router receives a packet, what information must be examined in order to the packet to be forwarded to remote destination? So the destination IP address. When a router receives a packet, it examines destination address of the packet and uses the routing table to search for the best path to that network. The computer has to send a packet to destination host in assembly with LAN. How will the packet be sent? If the destination host is in the same LAN as the source of the source host, there's no need for a default gateway. Default gateway is needed if a packet needs to be sent outside the LAN. So, computer has to send packet to destination host to some LAN. How will the packet be sent? The packet will be sent directly to destination host. Which IP version 4 address can be a host used to ping the loopback interface? A host can ping the loopback interface by sending a packet to special IP version 4 address when the network 127.0.0.0.8. So this one. When a connectionless protocol is in use at a lower layer of the OSM module, always missing data detected and transmitted if necessary. So upper layer connection-oriented protocols keep track of the data received and can request retransmission from the upper level protocols on the sending host. When connection protocols are in use at a lower layer of the OSM model, upper level protocols may need to work together on the sending and receiving host to account for a retransmit lost data. In some cases, this is not necessary because for some applications, a certain amount of data loss is tolerable. What was the reason for the creations and implementations of API version 6? What's the reason? So because API version 4 addressing space is exhausted, so to relieve API version 4 address depletion, and by the rapid growth of the internet and the device connected to the internet, API version 6 expand the IP addressing space by increasing the address length from 32 bits to 128 bits, which should provide sufficient address for future internet growth needs for many years to come. Which information is used by routers to forward the data packet towards its destination. Destination IP address is the IP address for the receiving device. This IP address is used by routers to forward the packet to its destination. Which field in an AP version 4 packet's header will typically stay the same during its transmission. The value in the destination address field in an AP version 4 header will stay the same during its transmission. Which field in an IP version 6 packet is used by the router to determine if a packet has expired and should be dropped. So the hop limit, the ICMP version 6, like IP version 4, sends a time exceeded message and a router cannot forward an IP version 6 packet because the packet has expired. However, the IP version 6 packet does not have a TTL field. Instead, it uses the hop limit field to determine if a packet is expired.